Dismissed in the name of justice seems appropriate. I'm working on being a preacher, an astronaut, politician, a teacher, and a doctor, and I don't want to play with petty games.
Mr. Hoffman, good morning.
Good morning.
Hoffman, it looks like they wrote you a ticket for no proof of insurance. Oh, yes, I remember we talked earlier.
Yes.
Have you purchased insurance on the car?
Negative.
Okay, what do you want to do with the case? You want to
What is the, I was speaking with Chris Reynolds about this, and last time we talked about participating in municipal court every week, community court.
Yeah.
Which I did for the last month.
Yeah.
And I've been working with Nick, and
oh, good.
I came in and I talked to Judge John. I actually cleaned all the oak in this courtroom and did some community service and all that. So this is an ongoing process.
Let me see what they've, do we have an uploaded offer from them, do you know?
I don't see one. I can try to ping a city attorney to see.
Let's see what we've got here. Do we have a city attorney available?
No, I don't, none of them are answering, so.
Okay. Were they here for Mr. Moran this morning?
Typically,
Oh, they did put the offer in the file.
sometimes they put the offer in and then they work from home, but
Is
I don't
Nick
see-
here?
no, Nick's off.
Well, I wasted your morning, Mr. Hoffman, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to kick it over, doesn't seem like anybody's here. So,
Dismissed in the name of justice seems appropriate.
I'll set over for 1 month and we'll pick a new.
I'm not joking about that, to be honest with you.
What's that?
Dismissed in the name of justice seems appropriate at this moment.
Well, I don't have the
You
authority.
just said that you're sorry to waste your time, so based upon what I've been studying law, right then and there, you've admitted that, right to speedy trial and that I wouldn't waste your time at all. So dismissed in the name of justice seems most appropriate in this situation. And I could even go into detail about the details that will even add more evidence to it in addition just to us, what you just said.
Well, let's do this. Let's do this. If you'd like to file a written motion that incorporates the bases for your request on a motion to dismiss and file it, I'll be happy to review it. And then the city attorney will have an opportunity to file a response to it. And I'll either grant it, well, maybe it'll be me, maybe it won't. It'll be granted or denied.
Would that be today?
If you can file it today.
Yeah, I could write it right now and hand it to you in person.
Well, did you want to, do you want to put some thought into it?
I did already. For me, it's a fairly simple matter. I'm getting groomed for faithful military, political, and church service at the highest level. This is petty as petty gets.
Give us just one moment while the city attorneys is talking.
Perfect.
Oh, good.
Perfect. Yeah, Judge Zachary Melkison already said dismissed in the name of justice for the same case, same issue. So I have that from another judge in a higher court.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just the beginning of the story.
And Miss Keller will jump on in just a second.
Okay.
If you don't mind waiting, just for 3 minutes.
Sure. Yeah, since I'm currently homeless, I was hoping to go camp out in Arizona and leave immediately. So that's why I was hoping to resolve this today. I don't like to be homeless in the cold, and I have family and some support down there. So after living here in Boulder at the Bluebird for 10 months and participating in everything that Judge Kahn and the municipal courts and everything that my services, that I think I need to do, I've been doing that above and beyond. So I've been studying the law. I've been working on counseling all the homeless people, all walks of life.
Good man.
Practicing, continuing my studies to be a preacher, an astronaut, a politician, a teacher, and a doctor. And I'm constantly looking at things in a new light. And I realized, I need all my teachers, I need to give them a round of applause and a big congratulations for all the things they taught me without me realizing it. And I realized that through being involved in all the courts here the last 4 years in Boulder, it's allowed me to feel comfortable in the courtroom and to be able to be even more cool and more of a doctor-like thinking and keep my emotions in check. And I'm recovering from a traumatic brain injury. So I usually warn people right away, I'm recovering from a traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
And it's called pseudobulbar effect. And I have a really hard time controlling my laughing or crying reflex. So about 6 years ago, I was assaulted, and it was the start of a long journey for me. So I'm currently down here. I'm putting all my effort into constructive ways, constructive anger, using all my weaknesses for my strengths. Every time I help people, I kind of would say, well, I'm going to use that advice for myself if I would give it to you.
Mr.
So it's just
Hoffman,
been-
Ms. Keller's
Okay.
just joined.
Thanks for listening to me. I just wanted to.
You're welcome. It's interesting.
Just
Thank
a
you.
second, I want to make sure we handle this correctly since,
And I'll step out for a second. Is he talking to them here? Or does he go back to a room?
we can have you talk to them in the courtroom if that's easier for you.
I'll just step out for a minute.
Yep, you need a cough drop.
I do. I've had a couple this morning. I need to. Oh, there she is. I'll be back.
Yeah, if you just want to talk to,
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Hoffman. So, I think Catherine, is that you?
yeah, that's me. Hey.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I need to, speak to Mr. Hoffman without the presence of the judge. The city's position is just that, Mr. Hoffman should be allowed to do a short amount of community service in lieu of paying a fine.
Just like I know he cleaned the courtroom, it's just since Nick's not here and I don't see any of those notes in there.
Yeah,
That was for a previous case, different
Yeah.
ticket.
yeah, I'm thinking the best thing to do might be to continue your case, Mr. Hoffman, so you can meet with Nick and Nick can help you figure out some sort of community service to do.
What
in
were you
lieu
right
of
about to
paying.
say? Because you were about to say, let's just resolve this in more community service. Because I would like to take care of that and then leave town for a while and go somewhere where it's warm. Being homeless in the cold is not easy. So I was hoping to leave town as soon as possible. But on Arizona.
Yeah, I am not in a position to tell you, like I could tell you, you could do your service at Goodwill, you could meet with Pam and she could give you the list of organizations that we
Sure.
typically do community
How many
service for. Is
how
that
many
something that you'd be willing to do?
Yes, how many hours would you suggest?
Okay, let me message Chris and ask him if he has a position. Give me just a
Okay,
second.
that would
okay?
be good because, other judges have said dismissed in the name of justice based upon my evidence and what is going on in this case. So I feel like this is another perfect example. It would be case law for this case that the appropriate response from you would be dismissed in the name of justice and nothing less. I'm getting groomed for future military, political, and church service at the highest level. And I have been, to say the least, doing everything that you've asked me to. The courts, Judge Kahn, Nick, Christopher, the community courts, municipal court every Thursday for the last 3 or 4 years now. I've been there attentively doing my part. And I feel like when I talked to Judge Zachary Malkelson on August 28th of 2023, I explained the details and he said, dismissed in the name of justice.
So, Mr. Hoffman, if you complete the community service, the case would be dismissed, okay?
True, but since you're going to talk to Chris Reynolds, I believe you should mention that because I don't even believe I need to do 0 hours community service. And the appropriate response from you would be dismissed in the name of justice. Thank you, Jason Christopher Hoffman.
So, Mr. Hoffman, that's not the city's position, okay?
Okay, well, please talk to Chris Reynolds because you need to check with him and see what his position is.
So,
He was supposed to
Mr.
be here
Hoffman,
to-
I've already
supposed to-
spoken.
Okay.
I've already spoken to Mr. Reynolds, and that's the
Uh-huh.
position that we have on this
Okay,
case.
I understand. Well, the judge says that are you my attorney, district attorney? Are you taking the case over? Can I speak with Chris Reynolds, please, right now?
I can message him to see if he's available, but
Okay,
Mr.
thank you,
Reynolds
please.
and I do have the
Because
same.
otherwise the judge says you guys are wasting my time by him not being here and having, this is all hearsay in my opinion, because you don't have authority.
So, Mr. Hoffman, I do have authority. I am an
Okay.
assistant city attorney.
Sure. Well, Judge Zachary Malkelson in a higher court said dismissed in the name of justice, Jason, and I would like to proceed to present the evidence to you so you can make the same decision or suggest the same decision as Judge Zachary Malkelson in a higher court in the same building that said, Jason, dismissed in the name of justice. Thank you. I have all the
Mr. Hoffman,
evidence.
I think you're getting this case confused with a different case, okay?
No, this
Not a
is
judge that we have in our courtroom.
It's a higher court. You're a municipal court. This is a state court in the same building that made a decision on the same charge that said dismissed in the name of justice. So if I present the same evidence that I presented to Judge Zachary Malkelson, it would be the same verdict. I have case law to prove it. Everything is based upon case law. It's in the same it's the same charge. it's the same name, the same city, same circumstances. I'm getting groomed for future military, political, and church service at the highest level. They took me away from my friends and my family and have been doing things in the military to me that I shouldn't speak about here. And I will start to talk about them. And I explained some of those things to the judge, and he said, dismiss in the name of justice. So, you know, I was violently assaulted. There's a comet coming to hit the earth. They're grooming me for future military, political, and church service, took me away from my friends and my family, and I have all the evidence. So I would like to proceed with battling this right now, right today, because I can talk to you and tell you all the things that are currently occurring here.
Okay, Mr. Hoffman.
You know, Judge Khan is our Genghis Khan. He's our military leader. The courts and the military are using this as a way to talk to soldiers in plain daylight. I have a freedom of speech to be able to tell you that. That's why soldiers die. But I don't have all the rights that you do. They've been taken away from me. I don't have liberty and freedom because I'm in some sort of futuristic training for future military, political, and church service at the highest level. Sorry to raise my voice. It's just that, you know, I have been very emotional when all these things that have occurred to me. So I'm ready to right now resolve this matter because I would like to go to Arizona and camp out in the desert and be around my mentor in the CIA and be around my church family there and have some sort of, you know, I'm working really hard on my mental health and living in a parking lot for year after year after year, talking to all these people here in Boulder day after day that all have extreme amount of stress and being involved in this conditioning for what we're all being involved in, including you. Not only am I getting groomed for future military political service at the highest level, so are you, ma'am. That's how serious the event is about to occur, that it's all hands on deck. All games on deck. All hands on deck.
Let me just stop for a sec. Okay, we're back on the record. This is a traffic case involving no proof of insurance. I understand you have strong opinions about this. Ma'am, have you had a chance to talk to Mr. Hoffman about the case?
I have, Your Honor. I'm not sure how productive our conversation was, but I did explain to him that the city's offer is to dismiss in the interest of justice if he completes 4 hours of community service.
Okay.
Mr. Hoffman did explain to me that he would like to go to Arizona and resolve this. So typically what we would have him do is meet with one of our navigators like Nick or Carlos and have them help work with Mr. Hoffman to figure out a good spot to do that community service.
Well, 4 hours seems appropriate. Let's resolve this right now. 4 hours. Yes, guilty as charged. Waive any rights that I don't have in the first place.
Well, Mr. Hoffman, the offer is just to dismiss. Did I understand that right, ma'am?
So with 4 hours of community service.
So you don't have to plead guilty. The case is going to be dismissed, but you got to do 4 hours of community service.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Right. And ma'am, as I understand court procedure, I don't want to do anything Judge Khan wouldn't do. Typically, the evidence of the 4 hours needs to be received, and then the dismissal motion would occur. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor. So since Nick, it's my understanding that he is not in the office currently.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps Miss Aubrey, is Miss Aubrey in the office? Carlos and Dara are.
Carlos is. Dara.
Okay.
Yeah.
If someone's able to speak with Mr. Hoffman and maybe assist him with getting linked up with an organization to do his community service, that would be great.
I thought that Mr. Hoffman had said earlier, and I may have misunderstood him, but I thought he said he had already done some stuff for Nick, some trash cleanup and stuff. Does that count?
I cleaned all the oak in this entire courtroom one day.
And it might, Your Honor. It sounds like Nick isn't in the office, so I can't talk to him to figure out what that was, but Carlos or Dara might know.
Best case scenario, when Nick comes back next week, I could take care of this as soon as possible and go continue to work on my health. I would like to be honest with you. I'd like to litigate this and present all my evidence to you because I think that you will be a lot more open-minded than this attorney that I'm talking here. He needs to turn a knee. So, you would be more understanding because Judge Zachary Malkison said, dismiss in the name of justice, Jason Christopher Hoffman, because I'm getting groomed for future military, political, and church service at the highest level.
Well,
and they've been taking my freedoms away from me for 6 years and conditioning me. And I've been kind of working with you guys, you can say. So the first thing I said to the judge to get him to say dismiss in the name of justice was, everything I know is top secret, but you know what's above top secret? Code word, and I know all of it. And I could start to speak about some things that are so traumatic that nobody will be able to sleep at night. Well, they've been enlightening me on all these things, and they've constantly telling me every time I get a parking ticket for no reason, go to these events that you guys want me to go to the doctor and see the psychologist so you get to keep your vehicle. I'm Pavlov's dog, and I learned to speak. I want to litigate this and argue with this because I would love to get insurance and registration on my truck, but they say it's wonky. Well, wonky, one is one, and key is like a verse. We live in a universe, and the word universe in tongues and code or top secret is wonky. So they're preventing me from actually doing it because they want me to be involved in this drama. And then secondly, carbon has 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons. 666 is the carbon cycle, believe it or not, which we rely on for life. And 66 million years ago, a rock fell out of the sky. It caused a mass extinction event on Earth. And the second meaning for 666 is an extinction event. And there's 66 books in my Holy Bible, and Christ is coming back for all those reasons I just mentioned. And I was taken away from my friends and my family in Stirling, Alaska on August 26, 2018. And I'm fighting for this country and everyone's long-term survival. I'm working on being a preacher, an astronaut, a politician, a teacher, a doctor. And I don't want to play these fucking petty games. Excuse my language. I don't want to play these petty games. The appropriate response is dismissed in the name of justice.
Mr. Hoffman,
it's all true. I wouldn't lie to you.
Well,
I'm a Christian.
look, first of all, I do have bad hearing, but I wore my hearing aids today.
Okay.
So I can hear you,
Sure.
and you don't have to raise your voice. I'm going to listen to what you have to
Thank
say.
you. Thank you. I got taken away from my friends and my family, and I've been conditioned for the last 6 years, and I haven't been able to stop crying.
But I need,
And I've been trying,
I need to say that
there's a fucking extinction event heading to Earth. The year 2062, I'm in charge of it all about the Exodus, second Exodus in the next Bible. 666 is the carbon cycle. I got taken away from my wife, Jennifer Nicole Luton, on 2018, August 26th. I got hit in the head by a woman named Haley after the comet that's coming. So if you want to play this petty game and give me 4 hours community service, go ahead. I'll remember this for the rest of my life, and I'll make difficult decisions with ease. Or you could say, dismiss in the name of justice, Jason. We understand you are putting, every day I fight. I fight myself. I say I'm fighting the books. I've been fighting my health, my mental health. I've been studying the human brain, trying to help myself deal with stress and anxiety and hypertension. I understand that I could die from coronary heart disease, and they've been giving me a lot of stress so I can heal from it now and get over PTSD. And I swim in it all day. So if you want me to do 4 hours community service, I'll think about everything that's ever occurred to me, and it'll be stewing inside of me.
one.
Or you can say dismiss in the name of justice and do what's right for this everybody, mankind.
It sounds like they're going to be saying dismiss in the interest of justice. They just have this requirement of 4 hours of community service. So you're going to get, sounds like you're going to get what you want out of it, but.
Well, I don't get to leave today. And then for those 4 hours, I'm going to be stewing in it.
Mhm.
And I'm going to be, when martial law hits and World War III hits and nuclear war hits, sir, Iran's a wrap. We're going to remove them from the map.
Can I say,
Hanukkah says Hanukkah. I'll remember the 4 hours. I'll remember the 4 hours, all of you.
Okay.
Go ahead, give it to me, 4 hours. I'll think about it the whole time. How I used to have a wife, a house, vehicles, a business, an identity, health, and then instead I'm getting conditioned for future military, political, and nuclear war. Thank you.
Mr. Hoffman, whether you do the 4 hours or not is not up to me. It's up to you.
Sure.
You decide whether you want to do
Sure,
it.
it's up to you to say dismiss in the name of justice.
If you don't want to
be
do it,
amended.
if you don't want to do it, I'm happy to enter a not guilty plea and we can set your case for a trial. You said you want to litigate it. It doesn't feel like you're in charge, but you really are in charge. You tell me.
Now you're lying on the oath.
Can I finish, please?
Yeah.
You tell me what you want to do. Do you want to do the 4
Give me
hours?
4 hours so that way I can resolve this in a quick way.
All right.
And everything I just said, I'm going to remember because I have the opposite of memory loss.
All right.
And thank you very much. Thanks for looping me up. May I have another.
So we'll get Carlos over. You can have a discussion with Carlos about,
Back there.
and Carlos may actually be able to reach Nick to see whether you've done fires. I don't know
Thanks
whether
for
you have.
listening to me, because this has been something I've been thinking about. And it's not personal. It's just that when you think about every day how you used to have a life and an identity, I went to the Boulder College of Massage Therapy. I did everything right. And then one day it just all changed, you know? And I know that the severity of what's ahead. There's an extinction event. Every word in this book is true. It's been hidden from everybody because of the trauma and I can't sleep at night. I can't have a hard time eating. Okay? As soon as I got hit in the head, I start crying and laughing. You know? It's the real deal here. It's not a drill. There's a reason why planes are falling out of the sky, because the wall backwards is the law. And at the end of the runway, the law is everybody's, because the comet's coming to hit.
I'm sorry that this has been your experience.
Oh, I like it. I want to serve and protect my family.
Okay.
I just don't want to sit around for 4 hours and do petty community service and think about this over and over again. I can't stop thinking about it anyway. So, it's okay. I'm going to be, a congressman and just take it from there. So
We'll get Carlos in here to have a
Mr.
discussion.
Hoffman, I'm gonna walk you back there, and then we're gonna, when he comes back.
Thank you
and
for your
then
help,
We're
man.
either gonna have you come in on a Tuesday or a Thursday, whatever you're willing to do.
Yeah.
So, I'll walk there back with you, and then I'll take this off the record, sir, and our third hearing has not showed up. So you're all good.
I've been home.